And then knowing the time, that now it is high time to awaken out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Romans 13 and 11, blessings and greetings to you. Once again, my father's children. It's been a while, but I'm glad to be back. It's truly a blessing to share with you today. I want to turn your attention to Psalm 119, verses 104 and 105. Some very powerful things I want to share out of these two verses. Psalm 119, verses 104 and verses 105, and it reads, "Through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore, I hate every false way." 105 says, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." That's Psalms 118, verses 104 and 105. And what I want to share briefly out of these is how we get understanding as believers. Having an understanding is very important. One of the things I've often shared with the people that I've mentored throughout the years, and one of my sort of famous quotes or one of the maxims that I live by is that it's more important to understand than it is to be understood. It's more important to understand than to be understood. We live in a world where we want to be understood. Everybody feels misunderstood, and you feel out of place because you're misunderstood. But it's better to be a person of understanding than to be understood. If you're really walking by God's grace and you're walking in the power of God, you're not going to be understood, but you should have an understanding. And where we get our understanding is critical. You see it in verse 104. "Through thy precepts." Precepts are moral guidelines. Through God's moral guidelines, we get an understanding of the world. You as a believer, ought to have discernment, understanding of the world, understanding of what's going on in the world. And you should understand the world through the lens of the Word of God. You should be reading your Word. You should be meditating on your Word every day. And everything you see ought to be filtered through the Word of God. And when it is, then you get understanding. There's a caveat added to that verse. Once you get understanding, it says, therefore. It's a conjunction. Therefore, based on my understanding through the precepts of God, I hate every false way. Every believer ought to despise every lie that's ever been told in every false way. And you should be on the lookout for everything that's false. You should be looking at things that are happening in the world and happening in your life through the lens of the Word of God, and understanding that the devil works in deception. He works in deceit, and his job is to muddy the waters, to make everything relative one to the other, to where you can't tell a lie from the truth. But as believers, you ought to be able to discern the lies from the truth because of the precepts, the moral guidelines of the Word of God. And you should hate, I repeat, and hate is a strong word, but yes, you should hate every false way. You should not be tolerant or comfortable with anything that's ungodly. Anything. There ought not be any compromise in your life. And I think that's a plague in the modern world of believers today, is that, we give passes and exceptions for certain things, and we say, we have all of these different qualifications and different things that give us permission to be a certain. No, you should hate, hate, hate every false way, every lie you've ever told, every lie that's ever been told. every deception, every every time someone has been deceived, every misunderstanding. You should hate that. You should hate every false way because of the precepts and because of the understanding you have of the world. Having an understanding of the world gives you a clear picture as to what is going on, and the devil can't get by you or get past you because you see what's happening. And what the devil doesn't want more than anything is to be recognized. He does not want identity. Satan hates identity. That's why he hates God, because God is a father, and fathers, I've said before, fathers give identity. And when you know who you are, you know your identity, you can't be fooled. That's why Satan hates identity. That's why he hates every true way. But as believers, we should hate every false way. So then that leads us to 105 briefly. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path. The verse here is very powerful, and I hope you catch this. That a lamp is a local light. A lamp lights is a light for the individual, but a light on a path is light for everybody to see. So the word is not only instruction for you individually, a lamp to show you where your feet should go, but it is also a general light that shows the path that everyone should go. And this is what you use to combat that whole message of, well, can't nobody judge me but God, and that's good for you, but that's not for me. Well, yeah, the lamp is for you, but the light is for the world, you see. And so the word does both. It illuminates where you should go, the errors you made, the things you should correct, but it also is a light that reveals how everyone should live. And so out of the word of God, we have the not only the ability, but the responsibility to correct wrong and to let people know when they are in error. And so this is the word I have for you today. Psalms 119, verses 104, 105. Through thy precepts I get understanding. It's better to be to understand than to be understood. Therefore I hate every false way, despise all lies. The word, or thy word, is a lamp unto my feet, for me personally, but it is also a light unto my path. Your path is the same path that other people can take as well. So not only do I have a candle for my feet, but I've got a street light for everyone else to see the way you're supposed to go. All right, that's enough. I appreciate your time today. Pray for me. I will continue these. Yah willing, God willing. Be blessed.